You said, Stephen A. laughed at you'd rather have Baker over Russ. You've got two guys who agree with you right here. I mean, 100%. I would take Baker Mayfield right now over.
Hey, Stephen A., stay off the weeds.
we are all in on Baker right now. And as a matter of fact, I mean, it's all kind of playing out perfectly for Tampa because Jason Light re-signed everybody pretty much everybody wanted to re-sign. And he's got Tristan Wirfs next on the hit list to give a contract to. Keeps Evans, keeps Levante David, keeps he's got Antoine Winfield currently on a tag that he's probably going to try and get off the tag. He's got he even re-signed his kicker and Baker and it's playing out perfectly with their chip on their shoulder because with Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta, the free football world will think this is Atlanta's division to win and make sure the Bucs don't go back to back. I mean, that's playing out perfectly for them right now.
Yeah, I think. It's going to be one of those interesting divisions where I think on the surface, casual fans that division is not going to be very fun, and it's probably one team's division. We didn't know what the heck was going to happen last year. Tampa was an afterthought for a lot of people. I know Tampa fans feel differently about that.
Mm-hmm.
But, the national media was not all over Tampa to have a really good year and Baker to revive himself. So I think the big question is how much of that was Dave Canales? How much of it was Baker? I tend to think Baker just needed an opportunity. And I said this last year when Baker and Trevor were getting ready to play each other. And I think we might've had this conversation, but just the whole idea of who a guy is, right? You think Baker's washed, he hasn't done anything in the league, he's a bust, whatever you want to call him. But he hadn't done that much more or less than Trevor Lawrence. And, I remember going in that game last year, prepping for that game, and the feeling was, well, Jags have a better quarterback. Well, how do we know? Baker was hurt at the tail end of his tenure in Cleveland. I know people are real sensitive to people making excuses for high-pick quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a high-pick quarterback, what kind of situation you think you're going into? And so, for Cleveland, he had to deal with Freddie Kitchens, some injuries.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
You're in Carolina, and when he got his opportunity, he seized it. And I think somebody who deserves a lot of credit for his career revival is not just Dave Canales. It's also Sean McVay giving him an opportunity at the end of the year before last. And I think there's an interesting parallel here when you look at Sam Darnold, because I am a Sam Darnold fan. I'm not saying he's a great player or anything, and he's still got to prove it. But I put him in the category of people that I can explain some of the issues he's had based on the context in which he entered the league.
Man.
I mean, who's played well for your Jets? Who's played well for the Panthers?
Nobody.
I think Shanahan, a year with him can do wonders for a guy who absorbs things. And we'll see if Sam's going to absorb that experience and now parlay it into an opportunity in Minnesota. I know they're not paying him big time starter money, and maybe there is somebody else that they have in mind through the draft or that sort of thing. But I think when you look at a Baker and some of this quarterback movement, Sam Darnold's a guy that I'm excited to see play next year because I'm a big fan of Kevin O'Connell.
Me too. And then Josh McCown being the quarterback coach, and they were on the bench together in New York. It's kind of wild how things work out. Chris, man, like I said, I could talk to you forever. We haven't even hit Justin Fields sitting around, trying to,
Kyle had a great take. My brother had a great take.
Which is?
It's something we talked about in the fall a little bit, is one of the many options they'll have, but keep them both. If you're pro Caleb Williams, and this is the point, is and this is my brother Kyle Long, by the way, but
yes,
if you wait and you just keep Justin, and right now nobody's sending anything over, and you wait until the middle of the season, somebody's going to get hurt. And then all of a sudden you got those teams by the what, right? You got them by the balls there, Rich. And so
yes, sir. Yep.
At that point, you could trade Justin, and you could still get the haul you were looking for all along, and you could give Caleb some of the time to develop, because I don't know if anybody's ready, when they come out of college. So anyways, that would be my 2 cents on Justin.
Okay, brother. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.